So right out the gate, I'll just say this game might have one of the coolest looking box arts on the SNES. Like, freaking look at this thing. Just genuinely incredible. This would sell me on the game so fast. Anyway, so Wild Guns is a cult classic. I think is the best way to describe it. It's a cult classic SNES game that the best way to describe it is a light gun shooter you play with a controller. So you play as either Clint the bounty hunter or Annie the girl. I don't know what her occupation is. The story, from what I can gather, because the game does not tell you what the story is, so I had to Google what it was, but I couldn't find any friggin' concrete answers correctly. So, from what I can gather, the story to this game is some villain, no one ever said his name, um, either kills and kidnaps Annie's family. I really don't I really don't know which one it is because I saw both, but I'm gonna say kills. So the main villain, whose name is not mentioned, kills Annie's family, and she hires Clint, who is a bounty hunter, to go get revenge, or if he kidnapped some of them, um, go get the rest of the family members back. If that made sense, it was about as confusing to me as actually reading it. Anyway, so yeah, the game is played very much like a light gun shooter would be in an arcade, except for on a controller. You move left and right with the D-pad, but moving left and right also moves your reticle, unless you start firing your gun, in which case then you stand still and only your reticle moves. So you start out with, like, basic. Clinton has a pistol and Annie has a rifle. They both fire the same kind of bullets, but you're able to get machine guns, grenade launchers, shotguns, or, God forbid, pop guns. The pop gun does nothing, by the way. So yeah. So this game is very unique in that it's not just a Western, as you could probably glean from the box art. This is a space Western. But the cool thing about it being a space Western is it really did the whole space Western idea a few years before Cowboy Bebop did, and possibly Outlaw Star, which are the only other two space westerns I know. I don't actually even know if Outlaw Star is a space western. Anyway, so yeah, when you play the first level, Carson City, not sure if it's Carson City, Nevada, but who cares? The first two levels, well, they kind of have some sci-fi elements to it. So it's just a western setting, and then you get to the first boss, and it's like, oh my gosh, it's a robot cowboy with machine gun hands, and then you get to the boss, like the boss. So I feel like I should slightly back up a second. Um, when you play each level, there are three segments of each stage. Once you get to the final segment, you fight a boss. The third segment is always just one big boss. And the first level, the boss is that big guy right there. He doesn't look exactly like that. The machine gun is on the other hand, and I don't think he's brown. He's greenish. But yeah, he's the first boss. So it's established pretty early on. It's like, you're a cowboy, but you're not in Texas. You're in space robot Texas land. Anyway, once you beat that level, you have a selection of 4 levels you can go through. And I can't confirm this, but I almost wonder if this is the case, because I probably should have, but I didn't do research to see if this is true. I almost wonder if the levels get harder depending on which ones are left. So you can tackle them in any order that you want, but it's possible that like, say you leave the ammunition depot for last, that it would be harder than if you just started with it. I know I'm throwing out a speculation with that. I should have Googled it, but I don't know. I I will say this on the topic of difficulty. On the topic of difficulty, this game is SNES hard. Like, okay, so anything kills you in one hit, and not an uncommon concept. We've got Contra before, but dude, this game might as well be a bullet hell game, especially on the train level and the final level. You are allowed 2 players in this game, and even with both players, it is ridiculous. Like, I'm not ashamed to admit it, I had to put on an infinite lives code to beat this game. I did. It is brutal. It is brutal because the final level literally has a bullet in every like frame of the screen. And yeah, you can shoot them, but when you're trying to move your reticle to hit the bullets while also walking into the path of oncoming bullets, that's hard, bro. That's really freaking hard. So yeah, 2 players almost either an ungodly level of skill or 2 players feels required to beat this. Now, that being said, it may feel almost unfairly difficult, but god dang is this game fun. This game, it is a cult classic for a reason. This is a really freaking fun game. It's fast-paced, it's hectic, it's memorable with sceneries, the bosses are fun, if albeit extremely hard. This is going to be one of those games that the difficulty will either make or break it for you. It it kind of breaks it for me if I'm torn. I love it for the difficulty, but I also despise it for the difficulty. But either way, if I believe this game is on the SNES Switch Online. Play this, especially if you've got a friend. It is a blast. It's a blast that you will probably hate at the same time, but I think most people would have a good time with this game. Is this confusing to anyone else? That's what it feels like playing this game. It's like, damn, I love the scenery and I love the gameplay. But also the fact that I have like 3 lives and I die in one hit and this guy is pulling out turrets from his pocket. It's not easy. It's not easy. Actually, I don't know why I forgot this. You don't even need an SNES to play this. In 2016, they released Wild Guns Reloaded, which is basically just the game in HD and widescreen with 2 more playable characters. I think it's a girl. I think it's a girl named Doris. I don't remember. She's like big and can throw things, like 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 cars and whatnot. I don't remember. I watched the trailer before this because I didn't play it, but I don't remember. And you can play as a dog. No, I don't remember the dog's name, but he has a sentry drone and he's adorable. So I feel like that's worth the price tag alone. But yeah. What would I give this game? Honestly, I would probably give this game an 8 out of 10. Honestly, I would. The difficulty is brutal, like extremely brutal. But especially if you have a second person or if you're playing Wild Guns Reloaded. If you play that with 4 people, this game would be a blast to play. And the difficulty probably would not feel unfair with 4 people. It would probably feel like the proper arcade challenge. Yeah, you know what? That's a good way to describe this game. It feels like, well, you know what? I literally just read the box art just now and it says true arcade feel. 8 out of 10. This game's a blast. Play it. That's about all. See you later.